14 देशों के पॉलिसी मेकर्स एकत्रित हुए हैं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय जन स्वास्थ्य पर बात करने और पॉलिसी बनाने के लिए। इसकी मेजबानी कर रहा है पीजीआई मर्ज चंडीगढ़। 11 से 15 सितंबर तक 5 दिन तक चलने वाले इस प्रोग्राम में विभिन्न देशों के प्रतिनिधि उनकी स्वास्थ्य समस्याओं पर बात करेंगे, जो कि उनके देश और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर लोगों के एक बड़े समूह को प्रभावित करती है। 161 आईटेक प्रतिनिधि देशों और इसके साथ ही साउथ अफ्रीका के काफी देश इस प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा बने हुए हैं। इस विषय में पीजीआई पब्लिक हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट से डॉक्टर सोनू गोयल ने साउथ टू साउथ डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन के साथ ही बताया कि कैसे हम सभी देश मिलकर जन स्वास्थ्य को विभिन्न देशों के लास्ट सिटीजन तक पहुंचाने के लिए कार्यरत हैं। आइए जानते हैं कि डॉक्टर गोयल ने विस्तार में क्या कहा।
I am Dr. Sonu Goyal, working as professor in Department of Community Medicine, School of Public Health, PGI, and I am the course director of recently conducted International Public Health Management Development Program. So we started this program way back in 2016 with Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, and since that our cohort from international participants are increasing every day, and till now we have trained 1100 plus participants from 85 countries. So this is a course in which 26 participants from 14 countries are participating, and the prime objective of this course is twofold. The first one is how the policies are actually made and how they can assist, because these are senior people, how they can assist their countries in designing and implementing effective policies. And second fold is about the leadership gains. So we used to teach them essential components of leadership like team building, communication, coordination, motivation, change management, and so on and so forth. So we used to teach them through games. So that's an interesting component of it. So these are the two things which we are trying to see. And regarding how policies can be further evaluated from the point of view of patient or last citizen of the country. So we make sure that whenever they learn the policy, they implement the policy. So they make the criteria in such a way so that it benefits the last citizen of the country. So the entire course is about this.
How many countries have participated in this?
This program, there are 14 countries. Okay. And as far as Argentina, Trinidad, Tobago, Togo, so all those far off countries from South America, Asia, and some European countries as well. So they are also participating in it.
What do you mean by South to South development in a layman's language?
South to South, because this program was started way back by Shri Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and the prime objective of this program was that we normally get learned from US or other countries, but these learnings are not contextual. They don't fit in our settings. So it is the belief of Shri Nehru at that point of time that we can learn from the countries which are similar to us, right? So southern countries which have same type of profile, same problems, so they can offer more solutions to us. So that's why India is helping those countries which are underdeveloped or developing and which have common problems. So this is South Development Corporation.
And when we talk about the policies, is there any specific policy regarding affordability of the medicine in terms of economic or the rate of the medicines?
We are not specifically talking about specific policies here. Although we'll be touching on universal health coverage, we'll be talking about sustainable development goal, which cut across all the policies. But we'll be taking examples of how policies are made. So I was talking to them that an example by kingdom models. So we'll be teaching some models to them. So one kingdom model is, despite having knowledge, the policies are not being followed. Despite tobacco control is known by everyone that it is harmful, but we don't have effective policies in many countries because the policy stream doesn't meet the knowledge stream. Okay. So we need to have three streams which are joined together. Only then the policy are formed. So we are giving them some conducive factors how the three streams can meet in their country so that effective policies are formed. So similarly, these are the things which we are teaching them.
Okay. And we are also learning from other countries as well?
Yes, that's a very important aspect of this program, peer learning.
Yeah.
So not only we are learning from them, because they will be presenting their best practices of their country. Every day we have a session for them. So they are presenting the best practices, policies, how the policy worked in their country, and how other participants can make use of that. So we are also learning from them.
And is it regarding any specific disease as well, as we were having COVID recently? Or something
it's not specific disease. Although examples, today we are discussing example of how smallpox as a problem was eradicated, how polio was eliminated, right? How malaria is a common problem and what are the common challenges and what we can do commonly with that. So we are discussing multiple problems which are common and contextual to those countries, but we are not specifically focusing on one problem.
Thank you, Dr. Goyal.
सेरा लियोनी से आए हुए डॉक्टर जॉन ने बताया कि कैसे इस तरह मिलकर पॉलिसीज बनाने से हम एक दूसरे से सीखते और एक दूसरे को समझते हुए एक इफेक्टिव वे आउट प्लान कर सकते हैं। आइए देखते हैं उनसे हुई बातचीत के कुछ अंश।
Yes.
I am Dr. Jamumune Conte. I am a Sierra Leonean and I work for the Sierra Leone Police Hospital. I'm an endocrinologist by profession. Actually, it's very good to attend such a program, public health policy and management. One of the things, what we realize today is that the entirety of medicine underpins on public health. Without a very good policy, without management strategies, public health is nothing. What are some of these policies? The policies that every strategy that has to be followed must reach the commonest man, must reach the poorest man there, because that is the challenge. Because let's say, for instance, in the advent of the vaccinations for the COVID, it was only those who are rich, who are affluent, were given such a priority. But the essence of this is that policy makers, those who are decision makers, will make sure that whoever you are, you're able to benefit from it. With regards to education of public health policies, public health management must reach everybody far and wide. I think if all of these are implemented, especially in the developed world, most of these diseases can be prevented and the world will be a better world than we are today. Thank you very much.
डॉक्टर कृतिका ने प्रोग्राम के बारे में जानकारी देते हुए बताया कि कैसे सभी प्रतिनिधियों को अलग अलग टीम्स में बांटा गया है। 5 दिन मिलकर हम पब्लिक हेल्थ और इसके हर एक इंसान तक सहज पहुंच और सस्ती मेडिकल सुविधाएं इस पर बात करेंगे। आइए सुनते हैं उनके विचारों को।
Hello, my name is Dr. Kritika Upadhyay and I am the program coordinator for International Public Health Management Development Program. Right now we are having our 4th program in the series of public health policy program, in which senior program managers from various ITEC nations come here. Those nations are mostly the developing nations, and right now in this particular course we have 14 countries participating and participant range of 30. So this course is unique because we basically focus on the issues and concerns of these developing nations and what they can learn from India and can replicate once they go back. So we have kept this particular sessions keeping in mind as per the need of these developing nations. So if we talk of day 1 today, the course has been started and we have certain activities planned for them. We had a case discussion today where they were given some scenarios, some issues and challenges where other countries have been facing, such as polio eradication, smallpox eradication, vitamin A supplementation. So similar kind of scenarios were in their countries. For example, if I take human resource prices are everywhere, not just in India, but in their country also. So we have come up with discussions where they have given us an idea that how we can do it. We can either, give them incentives, recruiting the recruiting the health staff in the lower functionaries or something of similar, which can be adoptable to not just India but to everybody who is participating there. Apart from that, there are a few interesting elements in this particular program. Like everywhere we have certain name tags for each table. We make it purposely because we want that it should not be, an individual who is participating. We always teach them soft skills along with the hard skills of management and leadership. So teamwork is very important. So we give them a name of a team. For example, we have boomers, shakers, rockers. So we give them a team task that it is your team task today that you will be performing all together. So I believe that certain activities enrich them with certain, the soft skills which otherwise are not being taught in the routine practice.
Anything you want to say about public health in India, that how it should reach the core or the last citizen of the country and how we can make it more affordable?
Okay. So public health is actually very large. It has various domains, but definitely strengthening because our course focuses on management and leadership. So I would just say that there are no formal trainings for management and leadership in if you look at the ground level or the mid level or the senior level. So I think promoting management and leadership and learning the concepts through intercultural and sharing the concept between countries can definitely help, and I hope that it will be really useful for achieving the public health.
Any of the idea which you would like to share, which other countrymen have shared with you?
Okay, so there are various concepts. I would say that we have a special cultural night. So everybody thinks cultural night is all about dancing and having fun. But no, during that also they are doing certain activities which are, out of the box. And I think taking out that out of box thinking into our own practice can be really useful for India also. We're looking forward to it on day 3.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you so much.
मलावी से आई हुई ग्लोरिया ने बताया कि कैसे जेंडर इश्यूज पर बात करते हुए औरतों की तकलीफों को समझा जा सकता है। उन्होंने विचार रखा कि कैसे डोर टू डोर कैंपेनिंग हमें आखिरी छोर तक पहुंचाने में सहायक हो सकती है।
Gloria Guzani from Malawi. I have come to attend this training in public health policy and management, which is starting on 11th today and is finishing on the 15th. Policies are good. Policies are the main core of every country, and policies has to be reached at every corner of the country, despite the status of any person. So every person or individual needs to know what are the policies in the country and what are they intended for, because without policies a country will go to destruction. We can have good policies, but if they are not properly disseminated, people will not know, despite having good policies. So this training will equip us on how we can formulate good policies and how we can enact upon them and how we can disseminate these policies so that every person needs to know the policies. There are some policies that has to be stressed. For example, especially when it comes to gender issues and women issues. Women are the ones that probably are many in so many countries, and they're the people who partake to most activities. So there are policies like, for example, policies that pertain to menstruation, which are not talked mostly by many people, and people tend to be shy to talk about menstruation. So this is an example of such policies that has to be stressed upon, that has to be brought forward, and has to put on limelight so that everyone needs to know. There's no shame to menstruation, because every female knows what menstruation is all about. Even men, they know about menstruation. So there's no need to hide issues about menstruation. So there are also some other issues concerning to policy that has to be put on limelight so that everyone should know. Yes.
Are we talking about some parameters as well, that the policies which policymakers are going to make, that they should reach the last citizen of the country?
Yes.
Of every country.
Each and every person actually needs to know what are the available policies in the country, because knowledge is power. So as long as we know what policies are there, what are the needs, we need to identify if we don't have a policy and formulate policies so that each and every individual is reached, and each and every individual know what it is all about. Yes.
Thank you so much. Is there any specific policy towards your country as well, in which regard to public health?
We've got so many policies. In my country, I work at Kamu Central Hospital, and being a central hospital, and especially being attacked by emerging and re-emerging diseases, we have so many policies, and some of them that needs to be redone or amended. So we've got waste management policy. I'm an environmental health officer by profession. So we've got antimicrobial resistance policies. We've got so many policies. So as in regards to public health, there's need to create and modify so many policies to suit the globalization that we are in right now. I'm from Malawi, but I'm in India right now. So globalization is a key to formulation of good policies that can be available to all of us. There is no them but us in globalization.
अब देखना ये है कि 5 दिन तक चलने वाले इस प्रोग्राम में कौन सी नई पॉलिसीज निकलकर सामने आती हैं जो हमारे लिए जन सुविधा को और भी सहज और सस्ती बनाने में सहायक हो सकती है। ताज़ा अपडेट्स व बड़ी खबरों के लिए जुड़े रहिए पंजाब स्क्रीन के साथ और बेल आइकन को दबाना ना भूलें।